All right, we're on the other side of Carson Beach, but if you look over there, there's a swarm of police cars. I guess they have a large crowd over there. It looks like they got a couple of people under arrest. They activated citywide EDTs. Got multiple state police over there. So we'll take a quick walk through this park here and see what we see. It's a hot summer day. So what did they say?
So you say you got a gun there?
Somebody got a gun? That's what it sounded like you said.
Radio 466, so you say you have a gun there at Carson Beach?
A gun at Carson Beach. That's what it sounded like you said, but we'll figure it out. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that one.
Ladder 7, you want to hang out.
So they got multiple state police.
Disregard. Boy, disregard.
Disregard. Disregard. False alarm.
Alright, now, what unit is that? And what's the location?
So everybody's coming over here.
Your location, please?
Just bear with me.
Yeah, we're good. Disregard that. It's a report. Got the disregard. Got the officer looking for your location. Where you at? Yeah, we're walking across the Oakley Park away from the group.
Ladder 23, the lockout.
We're all set.
Dudley Street. Dorchester, ladder 23, the lockout. 570 Dorchester, nearest spot 17317.
So you can see a lot of cruisers making their way over here. They activated citywide EDTs and all available state troopers in the district over here. So let's see what we have. Got the street blocked off, so no cars could come in. Well, you could come in, but you have to know how to get in there. I guess there's a large crowd, and officers were trying to disperse the crowd, and I guess they got a little rowdy. They asked for the supervisor to come down, and when the supervisor got there, he activated all citywide EDTs.
Ladder 7, the lockout. 570 Dudley Street, Dorchester. Ladder 7, the lockout. 570 Dudley Street, Dorchester.
So that's what we have. I think there's a large crowd of people over there. Other than that, I couldn't tell you. A lot of arguing? I don't know. We'll figure it. She said kids were racing on the dirt bikes. Like I said, I don't know all the details on that. I just know they were screaming for help on the radio.
Engine 4, a medical assist, 31 Bunker Street, Boston. Engine 4, a medical assist, 31 Bunker Street, Boston.
Like I said, it's the first hot day of the year.
Engine 21.
Engine 53, enter known medical, 1618 Blue Hill Avenue, Mattapan. Engine 53.
Let's see what they got when we get up there.
1618 Blue Hill Avenue, Mattapan. Nearest spot 3658 Mattapan Square, 2047.
So we pretty much get the entire district of C11 and C6 over here. That's what it looks like. You got multiple state police officers as well. So
Sure, Adam Rover, nothing short. Can you have the caller come outside, please? Yeah, I'll go.
they said it was, all I know, they said it was a large crowd of teenagers and they were refusing to disperse. So we'll try to see what they have once we get over there. As far as we know, that at least one person is under arrest, believed to be a juvenile female. They're gonna tow somebody's car. or a bike. Am I a cameraman? Yeah. I could be.
Fire alarm is.
Yeah.
Dispatch, do you have an extension?
We're off 570. You have to call Rita. Ladder 7, you're at 570 Dudley Street. We'll have to call back.
Look like they got one motorcycle or scooter apprehended. And oh, these cars are just turning around. Everybody's at the beach right now.
Any luck on the callback? I'm having a call taker who speaks Spanish. Call her back now. Still working on it.
Got at least one motor scooter on the.
Why are they taking his bike?
Why is there so many people?
Where's the kid at?
I don't know. You're asking the wrong person those questions. I don't know why they're doing all that. He said, why they taking that bike? I have no idea why they're taking that bike. I assume it's not theirs. That's one assumption. I don't think they take a bike. I mean, there's numerous reasons why you take a bike. You know, it could be unregistered, uninsured. It could be stolen. You know, it could be involved in an accident. We don't know. A lot of state police coming in now. That's Chevy Auto. Yeah, I have, like I said, I don't know why they would take that bike. I think the reason why, because it's probably not theirs, but that might not be the answer.
Alright, so she's telling the call ticket here that the woman eventually, she believes the
So there's multiple state police, multiple state police officers, multiple Boston, everybody's over here. They pretty much sent out the whole force over here. That thing's leaking gasoline too. They figure it all out. They have a trail of destruction going down the roadway. This gasoline leaking on that flatbed. I don't know if they know that or not, but if it is, then they figure it out. So a lot of state police. Let's see
the line's open now.
How it looks over here. Unless there's a large crowd. But now it looks like there's more police officers than teenagers, so it's kind of hard to say. What's up, man? Me? No. Oh, I won't put you on if you don't want to be on it. But you're in public too, so I don't know. How does that work? You don't want to be like, you could always give them a courtesy, but other than that, I don't know how that works. Yeah, I do know how it works, but I don't know. People go on social media all the time, right? They go on TikTok, they go on Facebook, they're on all these social media platforms, and you can see them on there, but then they don't want to be recorded in public. That means you should stay in your house, pull the shades down, and go to sleep. So there's a lot of police officers. This is the Boston and State Police force. I guess most of the kids have dispersed. They still have a few on the beach over there. If you go to the beach, actually the beach does close at a certain time too. That's probably why they're closing it down. The beach. What time does the beach close? I'm not too sure of that number. I know it does close at 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Maybe ask one of the state troopers if they don't have no signs up there. They might have a sign that says the beach closed at a certain time. Ask one of these guys right here. They probably know. I got a question. What time does the beach close? Does the beach close at a certain time?
Sundown.
Sundown. So it's sundown until it closes, right? Got it. Appreciate it. So sundown. That's the answer. And that, it makes sense because if somebody's in that water and they drown, it's gonna be harder for you to see them. I know the beach do have a time that they close. It's probably posted too. Here it is, right here. Here we go. Right there. Notice pot closed at dusk. So this looked like dusk, a little bit past dusk, but right there, he wasn't lying, guys. And I guess these people refused to leave. So they even got the that Tango Harbor 1 in the water. I think it might be Tango Harbor 1, not too sure. So they're here, they got music on, they're having a great time, but they got to understand that the beach closed at a certain time too. So safety. And this is even though it is a public beach or a public area, they have times when they close it. So it's not like, how do you say it, open 24 hours. And you gotta understand how the rules work with that. It's not like open, it's not open 24 hours. You can't just hang out here all day, sleep on the beach. And they had problems with that too. Last year they had a problem with the homeless people sleeping up on the beach. So even though it's closed, people grab their blankets in there, kind of sleep along the shore of the beach, which, I mean, it's, once again, that's the sign right here. So if you think I'm making it up, parking for beach uses only, and then you get up here. That's what you have. So I see what they're gonna do. If they're gonna give them time to wrap it up, or they might disperse them. Who knows? We'll see what happens. See what happens. So they're gonna execute a plan to get these people off the beach. I guess they were asked to leave and they haven't left. So it's at that point, you know what? You guys are trespassing. Just so you know, if even though it's state property, understand how the law works. And if the time for the beach to be closed is closed, and a lawful authority asks you to leave and you refuse to leave, technically you are trespassing on state or city property. A lot of people say you cannot be trespassing on city property or state property, but that's the loophole when you're asked to leave and it's a certain time and you don't leave. Same thing with the First Amendment. It's based on time, place, and manner. So even though I can record in public, but if this beach is closed at a certain time, they ask you to leave, and you refuse to leave, even though you're conducting the First Amendment activity, but you're violating of the law. So that's stuff that people don't go into detail with, because a lot of people think, oh, it's First Amendment, First Amendment. It's not just First Amendment. First Amendment based off of time, place, and manner, and and that's one of the time, place, and manners right there. Let's give you one example. This is all other kind of examples. I'm not no law scholar or nothing like that, but just to give you in a nutshell, these are the two people in charge right here. The two main people.
Charlie 435 is there.
I told you I'd see you in the field. How you doing? All right. So they're gonna. I always tell people, I see people when I'm not in the field. So then I say, I see you in the field, and they say, really? I say, I see you all the time. I just make myself known that I see them in the field. I don't always be out in the streets. I be in some office somewhere, hiding behind some desk or something like that. You never know. I can pop up in a very strange place, and you never know where I'm at. This same guy that said he don't want to be recorded, he's got tons of body cams all around him. This guy right here, that's the same guy that said he didn't want to be recorded, but he's walking through a whole field of guys with body cams on, and I'm pretty sure every officer here has their body cam activated, but he's saying he doesn't want to be. That's interesting, though. I don't know. He's got the bullhorn, so he's going to be making the announcement.
Usage 14.
We're just gonna hang around and document what we see. Don't get in their way. Hey, what's up, my man? How you been? Haven't seen you in a while.
Doing training for the
Ladder 21.
doing-
Essential station.
Want me to shut this off? Oh, okay.
I'm doing the
Nearest box
training for the
65
Oh.
Dollar Road, enter 41, 2058.
Gotcha.
and good to see you.
Keep up, man. Keep up the work, my man. I know I haven't seen you around in the field, but I know you're around somewhere. I hear you, buddy. Take care.
Dorchester, engine 52.
He's a very nice gentleman. He's one of the deputy superintendents.
Talbot Avenue, Dorchester, nearest box 3394 Talbot Avenue, or Bernard Street, 2058.
So they're gonna probably make an announcement to everybody to clear out of here, and once they don't leave, then they will probably start locking them up at that point. That's what you do. You give them a chance, you give them a warning. They will actually leave about 30 minutes ago. You get somebody smoking weed over there, which is perfectly legal, but I mean, it is what it is. So they're still hanging out. There's a few people still hanging out. Some people have left, but if you look, there's quite a few people down over here. I don't know if you can see that, but there's quite a few people in that area there.
March 199.
So we'll hang around and see if these people leave cooperatively, like on their own, or if they just want to be forcibly taken out.
Sir, I know you're busy. Have we gotten any update from Eversource or East First and Summer Street? They haven't shown up yet?
They're trying to do it as peaceful as possible. They just don't want to go in there and grab people and start snatching them up. They want to try to ask them to leave nicely. They've been given a few orders to leave. Some people just left on their own. We'll see. And this is, even though this is state property, but it is public property, but it does have a time. It has a time that's open, it has a time that's closed. And usually, you see the DCR guy. If you're ever on the beach, when they're about to close, the guy drives in this little four-wheeler right here, and they make an announcement, beach is closing, beach is closing. A lot of people just get up and leave. They know the beach is closing at a certain time, they get up and leave, no problem. Hey, hey, good. But a lot of people get up and leave on their own. Nobody usually gives the DCR person a hard time. So only time, if you give him a hard time, he'll notify the state police, which is right down the street. They send a couple of officers over there to ask you nice, hey, can you please leave? Yeah, at that point, if you don't leave, at that point you're subject to an arrest. But good learning experience for people. So we'll see how this plays out. Like I said, we got multiple state police officers, multiple Boston units. They do have a couple of wagons, so there's no shortage of that. So we'll see what happens. I think he's the state police captain that's going to be doing the announcement. Like I said, this is Carson Beach. I think Moakley Park, Carson Beach, all of the above. You get to see the large presence. There's a wagon right there, ready available in case they need it. Juveniles, they do not put in the wagons. They put them in the cruiser, like another wagon right here. They got a few wagons out here just in case they need them. Like I said, we're hanging around and see what's going on. Maybe something, maybe nothing at all. But just, if your kids are out here at Carson Beach, and most of these people are teenagers, make sure they're obeying the laws on Carson Beach. We're gonna bring it all in, get the game plan going. I stay out here, so I don't want to get. I'm not gonna record their plans, what they're gonna do. State police are they got their thing, so they're gonna let them do their thing. You'll figure it out shortly what's gonna happen. So they're gonna probably walk the beach from one side to the other, and anyone who doesn't leave at the time may get arrested. So And you see these people still sitting here, and they were told to leave. Like, I know they were told to leave. The reason why I know that, because I've been on this beach, and there is a DCR truck that goes on the beach that tells people beach is closing, beach is closing. I think he has a PA system on his truck, to be honest with you, and he does it right there. So I'm gonna stop talking and let them guys do all the talking. These kids out here, it's a pretty large group, so they're still hanging out. I'm not sure what they're doing, but
Yankee Bravo. Captain, go ahead. Greg, push the cat. We're going to start clearing the beach. At this time, the beach is going to be closed, and we're going to ask people to leave the area, okay?
so you're gonna ask them to leave, like I said.
Clearing up the beach and requesting people leave the beach.
So
2105.
now, usually what happens is once you don't leave the beach, now you're trespassing. So now that is that's a criminal trespass. That's what that's called. It's called a criminal trespass. It's no longer loitering. It's called a criminal trespass. So we'll kind of walk down where they're going and see what they got going on over there. I think they're gonna stop from that end and work their way this way. But we'll kind of keep our distance and kind of observe the activity from a little far away. Like I said, multiple state police, Boston police, all came down here.
104. Sure, can you put us on a 19 in Mount Pleasant, and you can pull us if you need us.
There's also people all over here too, so there's.
What are you doing?
I'm recording.
For the news?
Yeah, it's gonna be on the news. Yeah.
No.
What you want to say?
I just want to tell
And no touch fire.
Tell me what happened. What do you think happened?
Box
a group of
1511
boys pulled this other boy off the motorcycle and they beat him up.
They beat him up? You said a group of boys pulled a guy from a motorcycle and beat him up? That's your version. Okay, cool. That's what they say? Okay, well, I don't know. I wasn't here, so I have to take your word for it. Like I said, I don't know what happened. I have no idea. And everybody has a different version of what took place.
499. Just confirm. The lights of the traffic lights are completely out, correct?
I guess this is called the boardwalk. Is this what they call it, the boardwalk? This little thing right here that I'm about to step on? You probably can't see it, but it's like a little... There's still a lot of people at the beach too. You can't see them, but does this contrast actually work that good? You can kind of see silhouettes. You really can't see the people. So state police is... You see them forming their line right there? So they're gonna form their line. I'm gonna stay up here while they do what they're doing. So I'm not gonna be impeding what they're doing. They're gonna do like a line, and they're gonna walk. And anyone who doesn't move, more likely could be arrested. So we'll see.
There's another service car that can join me. Available. 36 45 and 36
So they're gonna make a full line. They're going from the shoreline all the way across to the sidewalk. That's what they're doing. So anyone that's in there, and so anybody's hiding, like this guy in the bushes right here, he's got to move out of there. There's a guy with a bike right there. All those people gotta. It's almost like they're doing a line search. Here we go. Let them do their thing. All body cams are on. So, I don't know if you guys can catch all that, but they're doing like a walk. There's a guy in there with the bike. He's probably gonna have to leave too. Everybody that's in there should be leaving out of there. And if they don't leave,
Alright, Harry 7 series. If you guys can check out a disturbance at 426 Bowden Street. Apartment 1. There's a male outside yelling and asking caller for a particular party that resides there. Harry 7 series. Bravo 432. Checking in VA 56 across the street. Let me know if you no alcohol. Transfer the street to female
trying to give the people time to move out of there. Give them time to grab their stuff. Anybody who refused.
Uncle recording.
What's up? What's up?
Uncle recording.
Oh, we're leaving.
Who's leaving?
He said he's leaving, supposedly.
Alpha 101.
Hey, tell me how to your camera.
Alpha.
Hey, camera.
Hey, camera. Hey, you
Yes, sir. We are off over at D6.
Oh, my foot! You got my press on. It's perfect. Where's DP? DP. Where's
One guy's straggling. I'm not sure what he's doing. Oh, he's leaving. So they're trying to. They basically just want to clear the beach. The beach closes at a certain time. So they want everybody off the beach, basically.
499. No. Yeah, the Eversource crew is still down in the area.
But see, if everybody's obeying instruction, they wouldn't have to do all this.
But they are aware of the,
People would
the
just
lights being
be
out.
leaving on their own because it would be basic instructions. The beach is closed. But
Okay, we have it.
hey, how you doing? Look at super soaker. Somebody left one of those super soakers. So for the most part, everybody's leaving. Nobody's been arrested as far as we know. We're doing at least one juvenile might have been arrested earlier. That could have been a separate incident or something totally different. So. And they're giving them ample time to leave. They're not like, they're not forcibly grabbing people up, nothing like that. They give them enough time to gather their belongings and leave. The ones who refuse obviously will be met with a problem, but...
Engine 21, ladder 4, an odor of natural gas, 300
Yankee Bravo 4.
Roxbury, nearest box 1714 George and Gerard Street.
We had notified transit that we pretty much cleared this beach and that this group will probably be going to JFK station if they can plan accordingly. Yep, they were notified about 7 minutes ago via Bayfront State.
All right, so for the most part, they got everybody over here that was in the beach.
Give them another heads up, Greg. They're definitely heading that way, okay? Going over Bayfront now.
So they're heading over to the JFK station. They're saying most of them are probably going to take the train, maybe the bus. We're not sure. So the little trash on the ground. Not a lot, but some trash. Not too sure what that is. A lot of discarded items. So for the most part, the beach is clear. Other than a few people in the parking lot, getting ready to clear up out of there. Get the state police chopper in the sky there. Look like the state. Can't take it. Can't make it out from here. Up in the sky over there. All right. Bless you.
Calling now asking that she left the area, but you did exchange info with the call inside until last time I showed you call.
I'm just gonna scurry behind these offices here and go on to the other side there.
Okay, I'll come back.
Engine 14, an odor of natural gas, 300 units. Roxbury, engine 14, an odor of
Squeeze on the
natural
left.
gas,
How you doing?
Roxbury, 1714 Georgia Girard Street, 2114.
I'm not talking to the whole group. I'm talking to one person. One person can't talk to me. I don't talk to the whole group without you. We're not pregnant. I need my stuff.
Yeah, you can come get it tomorrow.
Tomorrow is not gonna cut it, God.
Well, you had 45 minutes to grab it and you chose not to.
45 minutes, my ass.
I'm not going to argue with you. You
I
gotta
literally
get out
walked
of here.
for 2 minutes.
You gotta get out of here. So if you go on the beach, you're subject to arrest. I think any of us want to do that.
I'm subject to arrest. Why would y'all want to arrest me?
I don't want to arrest you. I just said that.
Look at me. I'm today. Oh, damn. I said that.
Engine 7 all set.
I'm not too sure, like, I don't know what's going on with people understanding basic commands. First camera guy, he's on scene, channel 7. Actually, yeah, I think that is channel 7. What's up, my man? How you been?
How you doing?
Good. How you, look all cleaned up and shaved up here.
I shaved.
Looking good though, looking good.
What's going on, man?
Hey, how you doing? What you doing over here, man?
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
What's up, man? Where you?
Hey, good. Got the whole B2 over here, huh?
You're everywhere.
Hey, what's up, my man? How you doing?
What's up, bud?
It's good. I try to be everywhere. I can't be everywhere, but I try. What's up, my man? How you doing? I figured you'd be over here.
I did make it.
You didn't make it?
I parked so far away.
I kind of did. Well, I parked a little
You
close.
bike normally, right?
I didn't bike today. Though. I
Oh.
thought about it, but it's too hot to bike, so I didn't want to. I didn't want to bike too hot out there and
Big
get.
presence down here.
Yeah, oh, they called everybody out for this one.
I don't really know if anything happened.
No,
Big group.
there was a little drinking here and there, nothing major. But the beach closed at a certain time, but they refused to leave. That was the big issue. That was more of the issue. They refused to leave, and you don't want two officers trying to take on a crowd of people, and that wouldn't be safe. Then they asked them to leave like multiple times, and they refused. So that was the other problem.
Yeah, I know.
Like if they just got up and left, that wouldn't have been an issue. It wouldn't have been a story.
People are all upset.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's a safety thing too, though. If somebody goes in that beach and drowns, what's gonna happen then?
Good question. Yeah, there's no lights here. It does close at dusk, right?
It does close at dusk. The sign's right there on the thing. Get an image of it, right on that little thing there.
But, no, we got here while there were still people there.
Yeah,
Half the time I show up and like, there's only a couple stadies left. And I'm like,
I hear you.
so it's
Well, you're the first camera guy here, though,
Yeah?
so you're doing pretty good.
I was only about 20 minutes out. They said, go check this out.
Right. Yeah, I figured I'd come out.
See Emerald?
I didn't see him. I was gonna call him. I know he's around somewhere. And usually he's right on top of this stuff too.
Yeah.
Unless he's doing another story somewhere else. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know he knows about it. There's no question about that.
Nope. Yeah, 'cause
Admiral knows about everything. Matter of fact, they want to be on TV.
Shout out to my mama.
Hey, take care, man. Good seeing you.
Be right, girl.
Who we with today?
Channel 5.
Channel 5. Channel 5. Hope you guys enjoyed the beautiful day. Let's be peaceful out here. Back to you in the studio.
Oh man.
Got a boat?
Never hit him
Yeah.
in the nose, bro.
a lot of stuff gets cut and edited, so they don't realize that. A lot of stuff don't even make the news, but they don't realize it though. But it'll make my channel. Yeah, but they do save it though. They just they do save it in the archives. They don't delete it. So they got. This is probably the most state police officers you see in one area.
Walk so far.
What's that?
I wish I didn't walk so far.
How far you walked? All the way down?
You know that track?
Oh, damn.
I kind of, because they cut you off at Columbia.
Right.
So I pulled over there.
Oh, that's a hell
I
of a.
wasn't sure if it was over that side or
Yeah.
so I walked around the track into the park.
Gotcha. I knew where it was at, but I parked over there and crossed the field. That's what
That's where I should have gone.
That's what you should have did, yeah. Next time. Next time.
Definitely could have found
Just park over there and then you know what? Hang around Admiral. He'll show you a lot of tricks.
That's
Hey,
right.
hey, how you doing, man?
Good.
What you been up to?
Nothing. So it's getting a little hot. Aren't you friggin' hot?
No, I'm used to this. If I collapse and you do CPR on me, no, I won't do that. I promise, I won't do that. Oh man, a lot of people ask me how do I do it. I kind of train myself to do a lot of different things. I'm not good at it either, though. I'm still working at things.
A lot of people.
Right now, it's just footage of, I guess, a lot of B-roll footage of cruisers still out here. They did tow away one motorcycle earlier, like a moped or whatever.
They said something about someone did come up and say like they grabbed some kid on a bike. Or
Yeah, I don't know all that. I don't know what that's about either. I don't know the story behind
They
that.
heard something about him having a weapon. That's what some kids said.
Yeah, they didn't. He didn't have a weapon though, because somebody had said he had a weapon, but he come to find out he didn't have one.
That's all it takes, man.
Right. Or somebody said the wrong thing,
Big
you know.
crowd, place they're not supposed to be. Someone says so-and-so has a gun.
Right. You don't want that.
And then everybody's down here.
That's true.
And they were calling too, even like on like Alston Brighton
Mhm.
TV channels.
Oh,
About this.
they want Bayfront too.
I think, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they're on citywide. They were sending everybody, all available hands on deck, basically. All right, I'm gonna get a little bit of footage. I'm probably head up out of here myself. They got tow trucks. These tow trucks were just in case they had to tow cars, because in the event that people didn't leave and they got arrested and their cars were in the parking lot, those cars cannot be on the property, so they were going to tow those cars off the property. But it turns out they didn't have to utilize the tow trucks. So this guy came and left back. He dropped the bike off and came back that quick, huh? You didn't waste no time, huh? I hear you. You got to do it, man. Got to do it. So there's multiple, like I said, multiple state police. I'm not gonna hang around here too long. I'm gonna get ready to head up out here myself. Just want to give you a little bit of footage of all the cruisers still out here, all the officers still readily available. They want to make sure no one comes back. As far as we know, there's at least one arrest, one female juvenile. Not too sure what that person was arrested for. We don't know the answer to that, but allegedly they were arrested. So.
What happened?
Anyone at the front desk of C6?
All right, guys. I'm gonna
Yeah, that's kind of how they got him out.
I'm take a walk. Yeah, I'm gonna walk down there and maybe to the block and turn back around and head out.
Sounds good.
I see you around, my man. Like I said, just, you know, if your kids are out in the beach, if you're not too sure what they're doing, just tell them to try to behave themselves, because it's gonna be a long, hot summer. A lot of things going on. Don't want them getting in any trouble. Hey, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Oh yeah, I remember that night. Don't work too hard, my man. That's an offsite met on B3. I think he's on B3. Oh, that was maybe 6 months ago, I think. I can't remember everything. I do remember his face though. No, but the thing is, like, you see a lot of friendly faces. You don't know their names. They know who I am. I try to treat them with as much respect, because I'm not trying to give them a hard time. Got a cameraman over here. Channel 7.
Engine 42, enter zone tactical, 122 Street. Roxbury, engine 42, enter zone tactical, 122.
All right, so you get to see what took place. A large police presence. I mean, I have a feeling there's gonna be a lot of these incidents, not just at beaches, but house parties, nightclubs, and stuff like that. Because a lot of people I wish they had a maybe Mayor Wu should have an area where kids can have a good time under supervision, and where they can enjoy themselves. Like, you know what I mean? Like, have it. She should be working on something like that. I don't know how she would do it. She have to plan it through multiple different agencies, but talk to them and talk to Maura Haley and say, hey, can we have a park that we could utilize for these teenagers with the adults' permission? Obviously, there should be no drinking if it's underage, but just have a good time. No drinking, no drugs, but you can play music, you can dance, you can party, stuff like that. They probably will smoke, but we don't advocate for that. But if that's their choice and the parents give them permission to do so, hey, they shouldn't, but we know. Because kids do need some time to enjoy themselves. I mean, they gotta have a place to have a good time. So maybe the mayor should work on something like that. You get something with the state and kind of joint effort. Find a designated area where kids can have a good time. Make sure there's no weapons and party till the lights come up. They'll have a couple of officers like watch the crowd, make sure nobody's getting into fights, stuff like that. I mean, I think they could try it in a small base first, see how it works out. If it works out pretty good, you could do it on a larger scale, but you have to, carefully plan it with the proper people involved, and obviously permission from the parents, because the parents have to be involved if you're going to do anything. And the community has to be involved. Let the community know, hey, we plan on using this park for teenagers to have a good time. We're going to head up out of here. Channel 5 is getting all the footage he can get. And I'm going to walk across this field as I came. And I'm going to head up out of here. And we're going to get you guys on the next one. So a quick note before I shut this off completely. Allegedly, there was 5 people arrested. That's not solid, but that's what I heard from somebody that had credible insight of what was going on. So allegedly, 5 people got arrested total. Like I said, I'm not too sure if that's actually true, but that's what we were hearing. So as you can see now, everybody's still like a skeleton crew of officers out there. Excuse my voice is getting a little dry, but for the most part, they got the helicopter in the sky. We're gonna make sure everybody's cleared up out of there and go from there. And we're gonna catch you guys on the next one. Take care.